everyone, I'm Kim Hunter, and today we are going to talk about the cells. We have discussed the different cell organelles, but now we're really going to focus on each one instead of just a brief overview. So our learning target today is still learning the parts of the cell. But before we get started, let's talk about our favorite food. Like a meal, not like snacks. That'd be later. I guess my favorite meal would probably be, I think pizza. I'm gonna have to say pizza. I love pizza. I could eat pizza. Always sounds good. I could eat pizza, maybe not for breakfast, but definitely for lunch or supper. It's pretty good. Like pepperoni pizza, but I'll eat other. All right, so warm up. All right, so number one, don't forget to pause it before you listen to the answer. Number one, the vacuoles in an animal cell are small, but in a plant cell, it is a large sac. How does the structure of the vacuole aid in its function within the plant cell? So why is the plant cell vacuole bigger? All right, if you'll remember, we did the flip grid yesterday. Well, y'all did a CAMI worksheet. And if you go back to it, you'll see that the vacuole stores things. So in the case of a plant cell, it's going to store water. Plants need a lot of water, and that's a great way to store it. So that is the structure and function. Animal cells have a soft outer layer called the cell membrane. Plant cells have a hard, rigid layer called the cell wall that surrounds the cell membrane. Why do plants require a cell wall? I'll give you a minute to think about that. All right, so the plant cells require a stiffer outer a stiffer membrane surrounding the cell membrane because it gives structure. Like our bones give us structure, and some insects, they have that hard outer shell, but the cell wall provides the cell with structure and support. All right, so let's talk about the nucleus. We're going to watch this short video.
The nucleus is one of the most obvious parts of the cell when you look at a picture of the cell. It's in the middle of the cell, and the nucleus contains all of the cell's chromosomes, which encode the genetic material. So this is a really important part of the cell to protect. The nucleus has a membrane around it that keeps all the chromosomes inside and makes the distinction between the chromosomes being inside the nucleus and the other organelles and components of the cell staying outside. Sometimes things like RNA need to traffic between the nucleus and the cytoplasm. And so there are pores in this nuclear membrane that allow molecules to go in and out of the nucleus. It used to be thought that the nuclear membrane only allowed molecules to go out, but now it's realized that there is an active process also for bringing molecules into the nucleus.
All right, so that was a very short video. Let's go back to it though, because I do like what she said. Okay, so just like the cell membrane, it allows things to go in and out of the cell. The nuclear membrane will allow things to go in and out of the nucleus. And that is important because it does exchange information with the outer parts of the cell. All right, so we talked about this yesterday. You saw this slide yesterday. The nucleus stores DNA. DNA is bound in chromosomes. And so she used the term chromosomes. We're going to call it DNA for now. DNA is the genetic material that contains information needed for cell processes. Some of its DNA will provide the recipe to make proteins, but proteins are not made in the nucleus. We talked about this. So in those chromosomes, the DNA is all there in the chromosomes, but it only codes for proteins. It doesn't make them. Proteins perform most of the actions and chemical actions inside the cell. That's why they're important. All right, and that's it for today, but your activity is a Google form called Cell Organelles, and I will need you to complete the form and upload it into, complete the form, mark it as done. On the bottom of the screen, it says upload Chromebook picture. That's a classroom assignment. You're not doing that. But y'all have a great day.